let's explore what set of high performance culture are, apart from how you can reach or how you can fully build your potentials from the ground. Can we do this? No. It's just a collection of skills. It's not your skill. Skill of the team. It's more than just monitoring people that you work. It's about building an environment where everyone is motivated to give his best, to adopt the group norms and the mindset of the high-performing culture. So, what did we say? It's about building an environment. And when you say an environment, okay, we are now in this environment. It's so cozy, it's cold, it's not heat. And so we say this environment is good for life. Is that what we say? This is how it is. So, yeah, is what it takes. Just note this now. Now we've started our lecture. Culture before. The way things are done around here. The culture of an organization or any group of individuals is a reflection of their value, beliefs, and behavior. So what are the keywords here? So what do you mean by value? Okay, beliefs. Behavior. Let's start from this just rudimentary one. Here. Reflection on their values. What is our value as Nigerians? Somebody remembers our first development plan? The land full of honey, milk, and whatever. You remember development plan? Yes. Nigeria development plan. Yes. The first one. When we failed it, we started segmenting our development plans. And then we now came into budgeting. Budgeting wasn't the thing. They say Nigeria is a land full of milk and honey. So that everyone will be swimming in this thing. And where did we get it from? We started believing in different ways. And our behavior changed. It's an Igbo man. She's a Hausa woman. She's from the north. It's from the southwest. Then how come we have a better thing to do? 1986, I was in Benin. I moved Benin, Bengal State to South. 1986. By next year, like this June, I will be 40 years to graduation from the university. I was in one village they call Akwati. They saw me one morning like this. I was going and carrying my Bible, I was going to church. They were opened their mouth. This man is from the north. Going to the church. They followed the children TikTok behind me until I entered the church. The next day, the community band, they brought me plantain, garden, everything. And they want to know what are they Christians? And I told them, yes, I'm a Christian from the extraction of the new tribe. Then not much. Study story. And I told them the importance of the people from my state neighborhood are all Christians. Why this? Are we not Nigerians first? Before the religion? Unfortunately for them, I read sociology. So I was able to dissect culture, dissect belief, dissect these ideas. And I said, within our family, you will find that there is one family that has a atheist person, you have a Muslim unit, you have a Christian unit, you have traditional unit, and so forth. And I told them, then Delta State is the most complex state in Nigeria, with over 78 tribes and top. Now in county we have 571 tribes and tongue in Nigeria. How do you want to divide us now? So what is killing people? Just one thing that is killing other countries would have killed us 100 times. Because if you are speaking your language now, I'll be speaking my own. Somebody will be speaking his own and we will not understand. So what we are talking about is the value we give to our country or the value we give to our organization is what gives us, and the belief that what our product should be should enhance the lives of people, and then our behavior towards people makes things okay for us. So let's just go and just look at this. This is why I asked the question, why value? Value are deeply held principles that we will not fail, that will perform well, that people hold or adhere to when making decisions. Am I clear now? So when next time somebody asks you, say, what is a value? It's just a principle that I promise in the National Institute as a first professor in this place, I will not disgrace myself anywhere. I will profess the principles of the National Institute. And what is it? To dialogue, to reflect, and to bring the best principles that will make this organization the apex institution in Nigeria. So, what is the value of customs? That will protect our shores, that will ensure that the taxes are paid, that will ensure that trade is legitimized, that will ensure that nobody does something illegally. Can I borrow my phone? Let it be there. This is distracting my listening. So this is the value that the customs will increase the revenue for Nigerians. Is that so? We will try to ensure that whatever taxes are put in are legitimate taxes. We ensure that nobody infiltrates this country and brings in anything that does not look like it. And we will ensure that whatever comes into Nigeria is not contraband or it's not fake. And that will ensure the security of lives and properties that come in. We will not allow illegitimate things to come in. NTA, what is it? Our value and our principles is to ensure for now, is to ensure that we communicate to Nigerians what is happening. We highlight, we present it as it is, irrespective of what government is on the ground. Am I making sense? Okay. Now, apart from what people hold in terms of or adhere to in decision making, individuals express their value through their behaviors. Now, if you give me a good environment here, my behavior would completely be a different thing. You pay me salary and that's what you do. You give me something for my research. You give me an environment to work. Here, whatever you say, we have a charter rule here too. You are protected from whatever you open and say here. It will not get out of that door. Because we're brainstorming. So, when we talk about this now, we're talking about an organization that can express their value through their behaviors and culture. Whatever behavior or value, whatever type of, when you see a child and you say he's not behaving well, you say he lacks value, he lacks culture, and that he's not trained well. Is that not what we say? But like we said from the beginning, you don't judge him like that. Sometimes they are just sweeping statements. Sometimes they are just, we take them at the face value. But if you ask the person why he's behaving that way, he's likely going to tell you that I'm denying this, I'm denying that. You don't know what I passed through. It all comes through his behaviors and disposition. So, if organization expresses their value through their own culture, then what is it? Culture and brand. Every organization has its brand. Every organization has the mandate is given. Customs have their mandate. NPA has its own mandate. The National Institute has its own mandate. Okay. Put together, culture is value, belief, and behavior. The value is the principle. The belief is what we profess. And then the behavior is what the environment that we profess gives to us. Are we there? Okay, the person from the customer has a principle. That's its value. And they believe that, look, this is what we're supposed to do for the country. Is that not so? And then, did the custom give you the atmosphere to do their job? Or did the country give you the atmosphere to do your job? That is the behavior that you will express. Sometimes we see them and we say, look at this custom, look at their big bellies. Money does not bring big belly, but we stigmatize the customs now with this big tummy. Okay, you have a sack of money and so your tummy must expand. We have people here in the National Institute who don't even have one kobo, but you see it here. So that's why I say you can't judge them by their values. Somebody is just built like that. Look at my sister, she has the whole money in NIPSS, but you can see her there. Look at what it is. So, the perspective is, do you consciously create your culture or do you have a default unconscious culture? That's the question. Okay, if this value, beliefs, and this gives employee perspective, what are they saying concerning their organization? What is the culture? Customer's perspective about your product. My perspective about the customer. It's that they steal our money. And that's my own perspective. Somebody has his own perspective about you. NT, that you are still archaic. You go to school, you see China, you see a rise. And probably you are censored by the government. Or probably the government, because we have the minister, because we have the palm set, and because we have other people. And when the money comes for better equipment, they go and bring the shadow of those equipment. And because Arise is a one-man, he goes to buy the best. If you go to America today, there's a competition between Fox and CNN and NBC. What is their measure and their culture? Their measure and their culture is to give back to the community, to the people. In plain terms, the President of America does not want CNN, but there's nothing he can do. CNN is a product of the Israeli people. It's a Jewish company. And 2/3 of the money in America is owned by the 30% or 10% Jewish people. And so there's nothing the president can do. They would criticize him, they will abuse him. You say, I don't like it, CNN, but you won't say anything. Because the Warner brothers are the most richest people in America. And they have more influence to destroy your government than they do want. The Fox is a very conservative person. And he owns that thing. And Trump so loves him. Now there is a fight between them. He's about to give way. His 3 children are competing. 2 of them are not conservative. 1 is conservative. And the father wants to take the whole property and give it to the conservative one. And there's a fight in that family. So now the custom is fighting with the immigration officers. Customs are fighting with the DSSs, the NIA, what do you call them? All at the ports, at the porous borders. You find several organizations competing with what customs is supposed to do perfectly well. So what brand are we given to Nigeria in terms of our values and this to our borders, to us shipping this and so forth? These are some of the issues. Okay. Who are you on the inside? Looks a lot like who are you on the outside? The child produces after its kind. Most of the time we abuse our children. Sometimes we don't see that portion of our lives that our children are copying. A child produces after its kind. A goat will not give birth to. A fowl will not give birth to this. So when you insult your child, look at his forehead. Turn back, take a glass and look at your head. If it's really your child. When my second last daughter, she's 28 now, when she came out, she was like beyond a white person. And it was a question. As she continues to grow, I saw this. You see one small thing here, man? I saw it came out. I saw this one. I saw her nature start to change. And by the time she was like this, she was all me, with the open teeth and everything. Then I asked my mother. She said, your father's mother was like a white woman. And she sweeps like this, going backward. She doesn't want dates. When you sit down, you wake up, the woman will just come and clean up the place. Even if you are there, you just wait to ease yourself. She'll just quickly come and do like this. She said, that is what I saw. And your father will continue to say, look at this there, look at this, look at this. When my daughter was going, she enters the kitchen, Mommy, why this? She go and clean it. Why that? Oh. And I said, oh, they gave me this story. That is just. The National Institute will produce after its kind. If you have a bad leader, there is nothing you can do. If you have a charismatic leader, there's just something you can do. If you have a transformational leader, it will transform. Let me talk about the institute so that you say I am not criticizing NTA and customs. No. Everything you see produced after its kind. So, if this is what we see, please can somebody from NTA tell me what it feels like? Can someone from NTA tell me what it feels like, the job environment? Not favorable. Why?
Because of the behavior.
And he's saying the truth. Because even before he says this, I said, why is it your screen cannot be like that of China? Custom, can you just tell me something about custom? Just a word.
It's complex.
You see? That's a behavior. Complexity is a behavior. It means that there are several elements in it that you cannot define. And if you cannot define your place of work, it means there's a problem, madam.
It's not in the perception. For me, it's not complex. I'm still from the custom.
No. I'm just saying complex is not bad. Complexity is not bad. He's not saying it's bad. He said it's complex. It means he cannot explain. For you, why is it that you say it's not complex?
Because I see a direction, continuous improvement, especially on capacity building.
No, I'm not talking about capacity building. I'm talking about the value. The value, which is the principle in the custom service. Do you have anybody ahead of that is your cousin or somebody just push you there?
As in custom?
Yes.
No.
Did you struggle for it?
I applied.
How did you
naturally.
get it? How did you apply?
Normal application.
You went for an interview?
Yes, sir.
And you have nobody supporting you?
No, sir.
Okay. That's a good one. Sir, NT, why is it that it's like it's not giving you what you want? Let me tell you why NT is not improving. They see it as a government organization. That's all. And people with high performance will want to say something, but they are afraid of government. Custom. The last leadership from Atiku Abubakar. Now, we'll show you how complex the custom looks like. The current leadership. Is it a man or a woman? A man. Okay. Yes. Okay. And the next? No. The deputy.
Okay, the next in chain are DCJs.
Okay, I know. I trained them
They
here.
are mixed, so it's not just a man. You find a woman, you find a man. And that's management category.
You like the structure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Every one of them before he becomes, after being this thing, before he becomes a DCG or ACG or whatever, they come in here. And we tell them to their faces. This is 25 years of training your DCGs, all. Controller of customs to where they are. This is 25 years I've been here with them. 25 sets. Can you close your eyes and see how many have been there in the last 25 years? Maybe we'll culture them well here. That's why I want to tell you what National Institute does. But among them we know those who are high performers and those who are not. So I can tell you by years that what you see in custom is probably a change of mind from here. The immigration is changing, women are taking over because I supervised 3-4 of them here, and they are today at the helm of affairs 1, 2, 3. And some of them, when they come, I say, come on. Somebody wanted to say, excuse me, sir, let me go and use my sir. Sit down here, my friend. We're doing this project now, we're doing this thing now. We want to go and share his car. Think about the entire organization. How can we do it? Then I'm not saying, okay, go and ease yourself. You know, sometimes you have to change your face for your children to be who they are. Oh. See the reality of why I'm asking this complexity. Look at the wall. You start from global economy. What is happening with our global economy? Customs. Is it the same thing you found when you were employed? Okay, let's go. Natural disasters. How many shipwrecks do we have? In receiving what is supposed to come to Nigeria. Climate change has made us to be importing food now. And sometimes the policies in government does not even help the situation. Everywhere is getting dried. Why are people rushing to Benue? Why are people killing people in Benue? They are looking for the land. And unfortunately, if you are not a farmer, if you go to a land and take land from somebody, it becomes desolate. Did we ever ask a question like that? If you are not a farmer, go take somebody's land that is farming. Honestly, after 1 year, it becomes a desolate land. Mystery. It's a mystery. You begin to ask yourself, what is it? Somebody goes and take your land and he cannot farm on it. We are now killing the little 25% of people who are producing food for us. Because there is no state now that has mechanized farming. Is there any state? We came from different states, please. I may not know. In my own Adamawa, there is no mechanized farming. We are still using the old parents we have and some little people who are well given to have some land to do. In your place, where are you coming from? Ondo State, do you have a mechanized one? Ebonyi, please, is there anything mechanized by government? Edo, I know Edo very well. Is there anything mechanized? I answer, is there anything? I recently just finished this thing on blue economy, their strategic plan in Bayelsa, with the Navy, with the government and so forth. I just finished producing the blue economy plan for them. Enugu, Taraba, my own country. Nothing. And even Jefferson is struggling. He's a small boy that is used to run and sleep under my table in NDA. Once there's too much punishment, he runs and comes, and I close him in my office until he graduated. Anambra. But Soludo said, Kano, apart from the industries we have, related ones that are running, is there any mechanized? The Minister for Defense was my student here from Jigawa, but then he was having what you call silos, where he keeps properties for people. If you call him now, where I was born and bred, 50 years of my life in Kaduna. Is there any mechanized farm? This one is working towards that. Niger. Niger has just started. Imo. Don't talk about that. No time, no one can go to the farm now. A young man that came and said, I will go. Did you see the news? One young man came in to lead the Benue people against the state. He was arrested by the police. It means that government has his hand there. Don't say I tell you. So, Kano State, just like the other person, we have a problem. So, which state does not have water shortage in Nigeria? And if there is no water shortage, I'm sure water is destroying some places. Okay? Poverty reduction project. Did we have it anywhere? Okay. Are the people getting more? Okay. Now, food resilience. That's where we would have tagged Benue and other states. Despite the fact that they are still. But now, I'm going to go to market here. I'm swearing now. Go to market here. Go around. You can't find 10 people selling yam. My dear sister there, how are we buying Irish potatoes now? A bag of Irish potatoes is almost 45 to 50,000 naira. It's just because I don't take it because I don't need sugar. So I'm just giving you an estimate. My children will say they want to take it. I'll just go and buy something small for them to take for 1 week. After 1 week, I say, okay, you've eaten Irish too much. Let's do sweet potatoes. And then when we do, the one that is on the ground now is by the riversides, the ones along the small rivers. We were just planting new ones. Okay, now, species extinction. The worst thing that you can even find in my area that is being rare like pig, the people are not doing it again. The one that is not even accepted globally. Not to talk about the dogs around Plateau now that are all gone. Okay, the cows were eating. Who is a Fulani man here? Let's be sincere. A cow that walks for 1,000 miles, 1,000 kilometers, is just a caca. Because they beat them with sticks from their back, move. By the time you walk from, let's say from my place to Enugu, that's over 2,000 kilometers. You would have been beating it every day. And we know what muscle looks like. If you put your hand down and I use this cane every day, just on the same hand, because it's either here or here on the cow for it to move. we're eating carcass. Look at what happens in the UK and other places. The ranching is the thing. People grow grass in their own land for people to come and buy. When we talk about ranch, the government did not explain it to the people well. For those of us who don't even have the cow, we can grow grass. We can grow certain components. Our people that make this, what do you call potash, would have been in the business of making potash with this corn sticks and smell them that we use for this soup. The cow likes it. It chops it and its digestion system works well. Look, there are several components of this thing. That when we talk about that, somebody sees as if, okay, our former president was talking about, okay, that we must give them a walking way when everywhere is urbanized. Even the roads we have now, they're already covered by people. We are not controlling our population. We're over 200 and something now. Census since 1973, have we had one? We're just talking over 200 million people. But I'm sure we're more than 250 in Nigeria. Well, some of us who went to school, they say, you have a problem. Pandemics. This place was shut down some years ago. People are recovering. And it's still there. Technology, where are we in Nigeria? So why are we talking about high performances in our places? Because what is new now in dictating contrabands? Is there anything new? If I close my container and I bring to you, is there any way you can sieve into that thing without opening it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes,
Very
sir.
well, sir.
Okay. Geospatial.
No, geospatial is for enforcement, non-intrusive. You can do that non-intrusive. There are scanners everywhere.
I'm telling you, if I carry a small thing and I put inside this water, and I will pass through the custom without them identifying it. Because you don't have the technology of seeing what has entered here that will blend with this. I'm telling you the truth. I trained with the Mossad as a security expert. I am a professor of practice, not just a professor of books. When I finished as a vice chancellor, I left for Israel. I spent 3.5 years to do an MA in intelligence studies, to do an MA in counterterrorism, to do an MA in cybersecurity. Within 3 years. And I did 6 months practical in Syria and in Jordan. It's like I was conscripted. Something like this was placed inside my dress. The Israeli people see wherever I enter, even in my bathroom. So I was taught how to live well. I was taught how if you make a mistake, we will kill you. I was taught how to communicate with people. I was taught how to extract information from you without you knowing. And I was told how to kill myself without waiting for somebody to kill me. I walk with cyanide in my mouth. For any mistake that I do, I pledge, I will bite it and die.
Yeah.
To be able to be given the student degrees. But I came back to Nigeria, nobody valued it. I wrote single-handedly the defense policy of Nigeria just in 3 months, last three, between, this is what, June?
Yes.
From January to April, I had finished writing Nigeria's defense policy, which is now advertised. Now I'm working on the counter-terrorism documents. The only thing I saw in it is that we want to appreciate Professor Fwa, who is the vice chairman of the defense policy desk. That's what for Nigeria. So all of you seated here didn't know who had written your direction for defense. This is what we receive in Nigeria. Then how can you value your country? Do you know how much they wanted to pay me to stay as a staff? $6,000 a month.